Why do I read? This is a topic that I have been meaning to talk about forever. Even when I was on Bookstagram, I was very active there and I would bear my heart out about the kind of books that I'm reading and the things that I'm going to read about and just be very active in the community. But I never was able to do it because I feel like Instagram is really just a short form content place. And I'm so happy I'm here on YouTube to be able to talk at length about my reading journey and how reading has just been at the center of my personality and how it has just shaped me for the better. And I need time to talk about it. It's not just a 30-second reel or a 60-second video that I can describe this love for reading in. So today is my time. Today is the day finally where I'm going to talk about it at leisure with you guys, with other fellow readers, and sit back, relax. We're going to have a lot of fun chat in a little bit of a chill session here. And I would like to hear from you what have been your reading journey and why do you guys read? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Pooja at A Book by the Window. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are reading good. Please bear with me. My nose is not okay. I got the flu a week back and I am still recovering from it. I have a stuffy nose, but I have been talking since morning, making these videos. I only get the Sunday to be able to do it, but I really do like doing it. So you have to bear my nasal accent today. And with that out of the way, I want to get into the real crux of the matter, the topic of discussion, something that I'm really excited to talk about. Why do I read? Going back to the early years of my life, going back to my earliest memories of when did I pick up reading, I can find myself being a reader for as long as I could remember. For any memory that I have had around reading, I've always found myself with a book sitting in a corner. Not always in a corner, I used to play out as well, but I was really just drawn into the world of characters and stories. And I have a really pivotal memory of how much I would read even as a little girl, like I was probably 5, 6 year old. And you know how your parents would read newspapers in the morning, and me being the chipku little girl that I was, I would always hop with excitement and go to my parents and be like, I also want to read because they were reading newspaper and I want to imitate them in a way, right? And looking back, probably that was that generation's parents' version of giving like a iPad to a kid. But they gave me the newspaper and I would try to make sense of the words. I would read it. We had like both English and Hindi newspapers coming in the household. So I started off by reading Hindi newspapers. And then once I was able to comprehend a lot of big English words, I would also make it an effort to read the English newspaper. But that was the start of it all. I became a reader. I just really liked words. I just really liked how it shifted my attention or obsession with other things and gave me a good coping mechanism. Up till now, to date, if I see a billboard, if I see a pamphlet, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna quickly scan my eyes through it. This is how much my obsession for reading words, finding words, and just consuming them goes back to. And I'm happy that growing up, my school was an ICSE school. And it wasn't a really international school kind of thing that we have going on today, but it was just a very normal school. But my school teachers, especially the ones who would teach literature, both Hindi and English literature, they were really good and they will try to teach us to the best of their abilities. And I was a teacher's pet. I would really like studying, finding things. And I would read my course books and be inspired to read more. So this was the start of something. My school library, my librarian in the school was also really nice. She would give us books that were not really available in the little town that I did my initial studies from. And she would make sure that we get all of these international books as well. I did not have the budget to buy books. My parents did not have the budget to buy books for the kids. I would actually use secondhand course books from our neighbors that would be also given to my siblings, younger siblings, to carry on and read from. So that was the state of things. It wasn't like we had spare cash to buy the latest books, Harry Potter books that are coming out, or any other fancy book, any book for that matter. There wasn't even like a bookstore in the city that I was born in, but it was a start of something. I borrowed books from friends, from family, from my neighbors, every chance I could. I would gobble up novels. I read all of them in even before I was a teenager. And I would also spend a lot of my nights reading where after I've done my studies. So that was also something when I grew up, when I was a little bit older, when I was giving my boards, and studies are really important, right? At least according to parents. So they wouldn't let me read as much. And my mom would also scrutinize all of these, 5 point someone books, which had a lot of PG-13 content, which makes sense right now, but I would want to read those, right? So I would borrow these books, and into the night, I would hide them in my books and pretend that I am studying. I would also study. It's not like that I wasn't studying. That is how I am here. But any spare time I would find, I would read the book under the dim lights, under my blanket, under the covers. And it was a little secret that I had on my own. I was also a little bit of a misfit. I don't attribute it to anything. Right now, I just was too much in my head, in my characters, in my books, whatever people want to make of it. I don't really care about that thing anymore. But when that would happen, I would find solace in the books that I had. So it was kind of a really good relationship that I had with my books. I have really clear memories of a particular summer where we had like a divan, how there is a divan in your living room that was right in front of the window. And I would lie down just like this and read my books, take a nap, look outside the window. We had like a wide, lacy curtain, and that would just sway in the air. I would look at it and I would look outside the window, look at the sky, doze off, wake up, read my book. This is a core memory in my head, which is also the inspiration behind this channel, Write a Book by the Window, because that has been my core memory, a very happy memory of that house that I had, that I was brought up in, and that little space that I made in that household. No one in my family is a reader. No one stopped me from doing it, but I would just feel so okay being on my own. So that has been the inspiration for this channel as well. And I am 30-year-old now, and I have no regrets. I am just so happy along the way I found Bookstagram. Then I went into reading more books. For a little bit in between, I wasn't reading a lot. I went to uni, and before that, I was giving my JEE, preparing for competitive exam. There was no time to read books. So I fell off the bandwagon a bit. But in the first year of my college, I borrowed this book, Thousand Splendid Suns, from someone, and I just cobbled it up. That was the start of something else. I started reading again here and there. And in the year, I don't remember it, the first year of my job, it would be 2017, I started Bookstagram. And for 5 years, I was active on Bookstagram, posting every single day. And something clicked in me. I did not want to do it on Instagram anymore. And so I stopped posting just about books. I'm posting about my life, my mental health struggles, my thoughts, what is going on, that kind of stuff. And I also read, so I try to keep it in the mix. But I'm not particularly there on Bookstagram anymore, and I don't want to. For various different reasons, we'll go into it in another video maybe. But then I have been really active on this channel from February of last year, and this is slowly building up, and the community is growing, and I enjoy talking at length about things, about reading, about books, which something that was not happening for me on Instagram. So that this has been a journey, and this is my story of my personality of being a reader. Early days, present time, everything in between. So that's that. Now I'm going to go into how reading shaped my personality and what positive impacts it have had in how I view life and everything else in general. Right? If you are someone who is a new reader or someone who has been reading ever since you were a kid, anyone, I'm pretty sure you would have found other creators in the same niche, people telling you that you should only read non-fiction books or one book is better than the other. You're more intellectual if you read certain kind of books. Do you even read? I have had all of these comments. all throughout this journey, and they do not bother me anymore. As a matter of fact, I just chuckle, I just laugh, and I'm like, I really don't care, dude, what you think about me. I really don't care if you think that intellectually I'm not reading the kind of books that only intellectuals read. I'm not reading nonfiction books all the time, self help books. I'm reading fiction books because books shape you no matter what. Of course, if you're reading only trash books, if you're only reading books that are really badly written, you're gonna have a negative impact. That's not to say that. But there are so many beautiful books in this world. And whether or not you feel you are getting something out of them, you are getting a lot out of books. As I said, when I was growing up, I would read these stories about the main character making it out of a bad situation, upholding your moral self, and just being there for yourself all throughout your life journey. So you have a lot of inspirational movies along the way. Back then, it was only books for me. And I have been thinking about this a lot. How did I chose to go after the light in a way when a lot of things in my life were not going the way they should? And I could only find one reason was the books that I read, the stories that I read as a little girl in the hope of making it out alive and finding that human connection in the stories of these people. I always find big books give me something to take home. It could be a point of view that I thought I want to go with in life, but eventually a book changed my mind. It could also be a different experience than mine that really opened my eyes to things around the world. It can also be as fun as a travel destination that I haven't traveled to, the kind of food that people eat in that country or in that city, and the small nuances that I cannot find when I haven't traveled to that place. I have just been active on traveling in the last few years. Before that, I did not even have a passport. And when I go to these places, my outlook towards travel have also changed because I find myself looking for little cultural details, the food, the cuisine, the people's mind, and the living of that place rather than just ticking off touristy places. This is an outlook that has shaped me, and it has also given me a lot of confidence that no matter what, there are so many different kind of people in the world. I'm a very open minded person if you meet me, and I always believe that everyone deserves respect, love, and kindness and care just like any other person, irrespective of what they are born into, where they come from. And this is something that I've only learned through books and so many different characters that I come across, because everyone's voice is important and everyone's life story is important. Probably that is the reason why I started talking about my mental health openly also on all different platforms, because I felt my voice is something that might benefit other people. It is a story worth telling, and it is a story that might not have a happy ending, but it has a story. It is a journey, and a lot of people might relate to it. This is something that books gave me. No one else was supposed to give me that kind of conviction in my thoughts, that kind of conviction in my journey. If you want to follow along my journey, you can do it by following me on Instagram. I'm going to post it in the description box below. But it has been a whirlwind journey. And a lot of people tell me, we don't know how you did it. I just, first, it's just survival instinct. You do these things. And second, I just believed in the stories. I just believed in the good in the world. And these kid stories, these stories about the main character making it out and the main character showing bravery in the face of all of these obstacles gave me confidence. As I was saying, it also gave me confidence to share my story. And that is what I have been doing all along. It has helped me connect with other people who are in the same boat, who are looking for something to keep them going afloat on this very hard life. And it has been wonderfully remarkable how purposeful I feel. I have a job, I do that job, I do a lot of different things, I have ambition. But this little corner that I have, people who are in the community who faces similar issues and who are just trying to do their best, even people who want to read, all of this is so interconnected. And it feels like I manifested this all along by just being a reader, by living in those stories. One thing I want to say is people also ask me that how do I show confidence? How do I speak well in a way? Not perfectly the best, but how do I speak so fluently? How do I write also quite okay? And I always tell them that it's only one thing. There's only one thing that you can do. You can read a lot. You can read as much as you can, and then you practice it. And I have felt when I am reading a lot, I am in a period of time where I'm reading a lot of books back to back. I write also really fluently. My brain is kind of attuned with the vocabulary of the book that I'm reading, and I find myself speaking the same words and being the same kind of person for a minute, and that reflects. So, reading has also given me that communication skill in a way to speak, to write, to be eloquent, to find new words, to enhance my vocabulary. And this is something that is a soft skill that is going to take you anywhere. Believe me, I have given close to 100 interviews in the field that I am. And I always feel that having good communication skill give you somewhat of an edge. And don't believe me if you don't want to, but I am telling you from a story. So reading has shaped me overall. I cannot imagine not being able to read, not being able to be a reader, and not being able to form my thoughts that way. One thing I want to add is there was a period of time when I was depressed, I was grieving, I was not in a good headspace, and my thoughts were very dark. Around that time, I would find myself reaching out for books that are really dark and they're very sad and they're very depressing. And I would kind of go further into the rabbit hole of attaching myself to that personality. It happened for a couple of years, and I realized that I do not have to read only the sad books. There's this kind of glorifying the sadness and pain and suffering in people's life in the books as well. So I completely stopped reading those books for a little bit. I read them here and there now that my mental health is okay, but you don't read triggering books if you are in that state of mind. You don't have to reach out for those voices in a way. You have to be a little bit delulu in that sense that I'm only going to read a slightly positive books that are going to be upbeat and that are going to help me through a difficult time in life. And this is a general advisory I want to give to readers out there, that even though you have to feel like your voice and your experience is heard, you don't have to just go for sad porn in a way. Okay. This video is already very long, and if you have stuck by it so far, I'm going to give you some things that is going to help you. And if you are a beginner who is just doing this for the first time, I'm going to give you some practical tips to get on the bandwagon, and also the gentle nudge that you need to finally be a reader again. As I already documented, as I already said, reading is going to improve your communication skills, and you can test it for yourself. Every time you read anything, first off, I'm going to say you pick a book, pick a genre that you really, really like. You can be a self help person, read that. Even if it is like a crappy book, at least get into the habit of sitting down and reading. You can read a lot of thrillers. Some people like reading thrillers, fast paced books, smaller books, thinner books, just to get into the habit of reading. Once you do that, you practice maybe speaking out aloud, how you were sitting in front of a class and just reading a paragraph. You do that enough time, and you will realize that your pronunciation, eloquation, whatever confidence you need to speak your mind, and that articulation is going to come out slowly. Even if you don't want to do that, you want to improve that, you don't know how to do that, but you can replace it by picking up an actual book instead of picking up your phone. I have been trying to do this since the beginning of this year. I also set up a challenge for myself. You don't have to set up a challenge, but I have found myself reaching out for my book that I have placed in different positions in my house. There is this shelf, then there are some books there, then there are books on my nightstand. And every place I see those books, I get reminded that this is the book that I'm reading. So you need to have visual cues around the house maybe. The more you see something, that more you are going to be able to pick it up and more you are able to invest that energy into something. But why you should read is reading and sitting down and being patient with any kind of book is going to give you that long lost habit of being present in the present. We are on our phones a lot of times. We are not very conscious in the things that we are doing. It is honestly an addiction at this point. It affects your mental health at the end of the day when you're only doom scrolling and you're constantly on your screens. All of our jobs are like that. Then you're not going to feel like yourself. You're just going to feel like an object, not a subject of your life. And reading is a wonderful way to do that. Second thing, as I said, once you become a reader, once you open up your mind to how different this world is, how different people work differently, think differently, you're gonna open up your mind, open up your heart, and be more receptive and respect people of all demographic. And you're also going to find yourself being more open to the world around you, how beautiful things are, being more observational. I'm a very observational person. My husband always says this. I just catch this thing very quickly. But that has just come from being able to read and visualize a scene in your head. And once you also go out, maybe you are a big travel buff or you are just walking around your neighborhood, you will find yourself being more observant, being more conscious, and believing in the good in life, the small things, things that are going to improve your mental health significantly. I'm not gonna tell you a lot of big things. I know books are very inspirational. They change your life also. Maybe in another video I will talk about how books have inspired me. What are the books that have inspired me that completely changed my life? But I'm already not able to speak a lot and I'm already over time in this video. But I'm sorry, I'm a big yapper. I like talking about books. This is what I want to do here. And if you're someone like me who want to have discussions about books and your reading habit, this is going to be the space for you. This is the chill couch that you're going to find me on. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment down below if this has been your experience as well. I am going to make myself a nice coffee and retire for the day. It's Sunday. Already Monday is on my mind. But I'm just happy talking about book. I'm actually done with 2 of my library reads. I got 4 books recently from my library and I'm surprised I am able to move past these 2 books very quickly. Right now I'm reading The Dutch House by Anne Patchett. And I would love to know what you are reading. And with that said, I will take a leave for today. I just really enjoyed making this video. And thank you for joining in. Thank you for engaging in this video. I will see you guys next time. Until then, happy reading.